So the basically the lecture is on blended learning, right? So first of all, we should be familiar with the concept of blended learning, which is actually the combination of both online and offline learning. Another name of this kind of learning is hybrid learning. So I would like to say that all participants of this session are well familiar with the concept of blended learning. So why I'm saying this? Because during COVID-19, we are having good experiences of online teaching and learning, and offline we are following in our day-to-day life. So the combination of both is the concept of blended learning. Day by day there are advancement in the technology, and because of that, students can communicate with their experts. Maybe they are in any part of the world and can enhance their knowledge whenever they feel like. So this is the advantage of advancement in technology. And the concept of blended learning is not new at all. Even before COVID-19, there was a tremendous growth of adoption of blended learning in our education system. It may be in any field, maybe area of virtual tutoring, or it may be video conferencing tools, or learning any language app, or it may be in online learning software. Everywhere we can see the use of online learning or the use of blended learning. This slide shows how your blended learning concept or the blended learning classrooms appears, as you can see in this picture on my right hand side, wherein uh, there is a traditional classroom, and we have an instructor or teacher who is communicating face to face, but it is supported or supplemented by technology. This is the exact or technical definition of blended learning, wherein the traditional classrooms are supported or supplemented with technology. Like here in the second line of the slide says that traditional classroom plus computer facilitated task is the concept of blended learning. So in blended learning, we have three key features. Number one, this is in-person teaching. What does it mean? The face-to-face interaction with the teacher or with the instructor, as you can see here.
Excuse me, ma'am. Hello,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes,
Sorry to interrupt you, but your slides are not moving.
okay. Which slide? Uh,
We are seeing just the first one. Yes, now
okay,
we can
okay.
see introduction.
Now you can see introduction.
Yes, 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 ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
okay.
Thank you.
Is it visible to you? Thank you, ma'am, for informing me. So, as I said, the picture of blended classroom is shown over here, and there are three important key features. That is in-person teaching, that you can see that this lady teacher is giving face-to-face instructions in the classroom, and then technology mediated activities wherein students can utilize online resources. And another feature of this is real-time and on-demand learning, which balances both synchronous and asynchronous learning. So, in blended learning, students are actively involved in learning, in understanding things, or you can say overall, in general, in their education, students are more actively involved. But doesn't mean at all that teachers are playing passive role or they are not playing active role. But the duties or the responsibilities of teachers are transformed, and it has shifted from knowledge provider to a mentor or to a coach in a blended learning system. In blended learning system is more student driven, I must say, and the education system is more customized, and the type is bottom up, right? While in your offline teaching or traditional teaching, which is teacher driven, or all instructions A to Z, everything, teachers are actively involved, but students are not that actively involved. This is the basic difference between your blended learning and our traditional learning. So here there is some concept of traditional learning and the learning that we are following or the students are following these days. In traditional learning, we have structured curriculum, and as I said, it is teacher centric. And of course, a focus is on subject knowledge. So it is a type of passive learning, which is inside the isolated environments or isolated classrooms. It is totally based on textbooks and old and monotonous and standardized assessment form, and there is almost no emphasis, no focus on students' individuality and diversity, which is very, very important. And I must say, it is need of the hour because these days there is a need for personalized learning. So, our traditional learning system is lagging behind in the sense there is no focus on individuality and diversity. Therefore, we are having some limitations of traditional learning, that is, restricted access, rigid schedules, limited teaching styles, and resources. But in current century learning, as I said, it is student centered and active type of learning, or we can say collaborative learning, which is supported by some research activities, maybe online activities or offline activities. Therefore, in this kind of learning, instead of limitations, today we have some achievements, or must say, we have some positive points regarding our education system, that is, improved student outcomes and personalized learning experiences, adaptive learning technologies. Because if we are following blended learning system, so some students, those who prefer online activities, can concentrate on that. But on the other hand, if some prefer offline, they
They
can
can.
take the classes in offline mode also, because in blended learning there are many models or many types, and based on their students preferences they may opt for any. All the subjects, all the courses are generally available in both, like as per UGC regulations, the 40% courses should be covered in blended learning system and 60% should be in a traditional learning system. This is mandatory for all higher education institutions. And our NEP 2020 also says that the blended learning should be encouraged. So my next slide gives you the details of historical evolution of learning. How in the pre-20th century the teaching and learning was taking place, and what is happening in present days, or what is happening today. So for that, I would like to uh, Participants, can you see the slides? PPTs are visible to you.
नो मैम।
Ma'am,
नो
no,
मैम।
ma'am.
अभी तो नहीं दिखाई पड़ रही है मैडम।
Okay, okay, sir.
The notification has come that you have stopped presenting.
Is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, participants, Dr. Aftab Ahmed Saab,
Sorry, ma'am,
in
because of net connect, so I could not introduce you.
can't hear you.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, yes, sir.
मैं कह नेटवर्क नहीं हो कनेक्ट हुआ तब तक आप स्टार्ट कर चुके थे।
Your voice is jerky. I can't hear you. Okay, Barkha ma'am is here.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay. Ma'am, in which year you have joined your teaching?
Ma'am, I've been working for last for 24 years. I
Nice.
mean, yes, actually, I have started my teaching on contractual basis.
So, I think more than 2 decades you have completed. Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
So, may
But
I know?
unfortunately, but unfortunately, I'm an assistant professor right now, ma'am. Because
Nothing
very
to
late.
worry, Barkha ma'am. Very soon you will get your promotion, and I'm sure you will get good reward for that. Huh?
Thanks, ma'am. Thanks, ma'am.
So, Barkha ma'am, I would like to ask you that initially in the beginning, maybe 20 years back, and today, what changes you have made in your teaching style? Or what
Ma'am,
do you think, what kind of teaching students they prefer these days?
Ma'am, I cannot say that. I mean, I'm not talking about the very old days, but after Corona, I can see a change out there
Mhm.
because post-Corona scenario is quite different. That the students have become quite, you know, cyber friendly, and we too. Actually, initially, I was not very much. I mean, up to Corona, I was not knowing how to handle all these technicalities. I was a technically handicapped person, but along with our students, we have developed a lot. This skill I'm talking about.
Very good, Barkha ma'am. I am happy because honestly, you have defined all that problems and you have shared with all the participants and with me as well.
Thank you, ma'am.
What about Dr. Pallavi Mishra? Is she here? Pallavi, madam? Not in? Okay. So I was asking this question. बरखा मैम से इसलिए पूछ रहे थे because this is the slide, and as she rightly said, we were not using the concept of online, not at all, and technologically we were not strong, as she rightly said, totally handicapped in this area. That's why not having courage how to do this. Otherwise, you might have noticed, all participants might have noticed, that concept of online teaching is not that bad. Okay, maybe we may use blended model, sometime offline, sometime online, because there are many advantages of this online teaching. So we'll see that what was happening in pre 20th century, like at that time, the face-to-face instructions were there in the classroom, and everything was based on physical material like books, blackboards, etc. And later on, after a few years, uh, a new concept, must say, or say a type of technology came in, which was overhead projectors, wherein the teachers were preparing transparencies, handwritten transparencies, and were showing it to their students. So is there any participant who has used this projector, overhead projectors? Abhishek, sir? Yes, Shivam Divedi sir, are you saying something? Okay, so then the concept of overhead projectors. And in late 20th century, there was introduction of technology in the classrooms, and this was known as rise of the internet and multimedia. So from here, the concept of internet in the beginning, the concept of internet, which was World Wide Web, and some multimedia resources like CD-ROMs, DVD-ROMs, and some online videos were in practice. Therefore, we can say that this was first blended environment with both offline and online components. Then in early 2000, the concept of Web 2 is Internet version 2. At that time, there was a transition from static to HTML, and this was known as Web 2. And some learning management system, which is like Moodle, which stands for Modular Object Oriented Dynamic Learning Environment, some blackboards, and the concept of MOOC, which stands for Massive Open Line Online Courses. And a few years later, some smartphones and tablets along with internet access was available in the classroom. And then in the year 2010, mobile learning and ubiquitous access means access to your online material or access to internet is available all the time from anywhere, that is 24 by 7. Since this facility was available from anywhere anytime, therefore in 2020 till present there is integration of artificial intelligence and blended learning concept along with some latest or advanced technologies came in. And today, we are using AI powered tools and can provide automated tutoring. Mhm. So, this is uh, uh, how our education system has changed from pre 20th century till date. And then we'll see the requirement of blended learning, why UGC, why NEP says that we must increase the concept of blended type of education system. So the two obvious advantages are mentioned over here, that is increased interaction. The meaning of this is among students as well as between student and teacher, interaction can be increased if you are having blended platform. And then enhanced learning, meaning some activities in order to improve the involvement of students so that students can take active part, can take interest in this and can achieve higher and more meaningful level of learning that can also be achieved in blended learning. So, whether it is justified or not, that I would like to support with some latest news articles wherein it is shown that blended learning is having positive impact. As you can see in this news, this article clearly shows the impact of blended learning on student engagement and motivation, and there are good or positive results. Similarly, the report of India Today, wherein how the blended learning or hybrid learning reshapes Indian higher education. And then another news, bridging the digital divide with the help of blended learning. And IIM says that blended learning programs are drawing international students, which is a very good or positive thing for our country. So all these news and articles clearly shows that the concept of blended learning is moving in positive direction. And some more concept related to blended learning. This diagram, which is very simple diagram, that is teacher-led learning. Okay, the teacher may be in person or virtual, right? So teacher-led learning. On the other hand, the digital learning, that is self-guided or assigned learning, if you'll combine together, then the concept of blended learning will come into picture. So there are some important features, or can say advantages, of this blended learning that most of them we have already discussed. So there is no need to do it again. But I think another important slide which gives you the details of components of blended learning models. Participants, can you see this slide number 11?
Yes, ma'am.
Slide number 11 is visible
Yes,
to
ma'am.
you? Okay. So please see my pointer. The components of blended learning are learning environment, one block, and its work or function is to create learning environment which may be synchronous or it may be asynchronous, but that should support the instructional objectives. And then next block is instructional component, which its job or its role is to select appropriate instructional strategies that will support the learning objectives. This one. And the third, media component, as its name implies, this is used to select or to choose most appropriate media to deliver the content. So participants, uh, may I know the difference between synchronous and asynchronous learning? What is that? What kind of learning is it? Yes, Zishan Saab is here. Dr. Zishan is here. Not in, huh? Dr. Noor Fatima, may I ask this question? Madam Noor Fatima is here or not?
विश्वजीत जी म्यूट कीजिए.
Yes, so I was asking the difference between synchronous and asynchronous. Can somebody tell me? Can somebody differentiate between synchronous and asynchronous type of learning? Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, ma'am, do you know the difference between synchronous and asynchronous learning style, learning environment, what it is?
Ma'am, I'm not sure. That's why I'm not answering. So,
Okay, okay. No problem at all. No problem at all.
Ma'am, is it something about the synchronicity or something? I mean, we should have the good synchronization with the students.
Okay. Madam, the meaning of this is here, the meaning of synchronous learning is teacher and students are at one place in one time, meaning communicating in real time, no matter it may be offline or online. So the synchronous learning may be either online or it may be your offline, but teacher and student must communicate at one place at one time, meaning in real time they must interact. On the other hand, if it is asynchronous type of learning, wherein students are downloading the material and whenever they feel like, anytime after a few weeks, after a month or so, they may discuss it with the teacher, with their teacher, meaning it is not in real time. That is the basic difference between these two kind of learning environment. Then we'll switch over to blended learning model types. As I said in the beginning, that we have various models of blended learning, and also we can say various types. So here you can see the list of 7 different models, quite interesting. First one is blended face to face. as it indicates here, the proper traditional classroom with the blended style, meaning some online activities, some important lectures, some important lab sessions would be organized in online activities. That is the meaning of blended face to face. Another is blended online, wherein most of the time it is online course or online type of learning, but sometimes in person sessions or lectures would be organized. Okay, can somebody tell me the concept of flipped classroom? What is that? Have you heard this name before? Flipped classroom. Shivam Divedi sir is raising hand since long. May I know what's the problem? Do you want to ask something or what happened?
Shivam sir, do you want to know something from ma'am?
Okay, Richa Verma madam is here.
ऐसा लग रहा है मैडम गलती से इनका रेज हो गया है.
Okay, may I talk to Richa Verma ma'am? Is she here? No. Shraddha Pandey ma'am?
Ma'am, may I?
Sure, ma'am.
Ma'am, I think flip means opposite. That means if the content is not taught in the class, but they are getting the material from outside and they are applying it in the class. Like opposite, I think. I'm not sure, maybe.
Right, madam. No problem at
Ma'am,
all.
may I try?
Yes.
I think this is the technique which is used in most of the IIMs, where students are given a topic. Students do the homework on those topics, learn theories by themselves, and in classroom they engage in group discussions and other analytical aspect of those topics. Is
Okay.
called
Good answer. I think Rudri madam, is it?
yeah. Thank you,
Uh,
ma'am.
thank you so much for your insights, for your valuable answer. She's right. The meaning of flipped classroom is before the class, before the lecture, all material would be provided to the students, maybe generally in offline mode. It may be in the form of ebooks, maybe in the form of YouTubes or some PPTs, or it may be any source. So students are actively involved in reading all this material, and they are discussing it with their peers, among with their co-students and all. And whenever teacher or instructor is available, they are clearing their doubts. This type of concept is known as blended learning, which is generally used in your distance learning. Make sure not talking about online learning. This is the concept of distance learning. And then there is another model known as rotation models. And here, teacher or the instructor has to decide that how much time how much contents, how much percentage of your syllabus or curriculum would be in online mode and how much would be in offline, meaning how much it would be face to face and how much online. That is known as rotation model. And then self blend, as its name implies, students can take online courses and side by side, they are also engaged or they are also going through their traditional in-person classes for the same subject. And then you might have heard the name of MOOCs, but here there is a new concept of blended MOOCs. MOOCs is totally online courses, purely online courses. But if its name is blended MOOC, meaning some of the classes, some of the sessions will be organized face to face for having some important discussions and activities too. Then last model is flexible model, which offers both in-person and online option for all your course contents. That's why its name is flexible model. So don't think that blended model is only one type. There are many other type, but generally these 7 type of models are in practice. So now we'll see the important or key benefits of your blended learning. Here, as I said earlier, that we can increase the interaction, students and teachers, among students and as well as between student and teacher, uh, interaction may be increased. Therefore, this type of learning is also known as collaborative learning. The meaning of this is student can meet in virtual classroom. They may be from different part of the world and can meet with their co-teachers, with their co-students, and there is no limitation of geographical barriers at all. No geographical limitations. Person, teacher, or the student may be from US, maybe from UK, maybe from India. That's why we are saying that it is a collaborative type of learning. And because of this, because of technology, we have increased flexibility. The meaning of increased flexibility, this is very old sentence that anytime, anywhere, for from anyone, for anyone. This is very old. But what is new here because of technology? Now we have the facility of any speed, any mode, any language. Okay. So in blended learning, we can achieve, student can learn at their own pace, may have their own speed, may have their own style and their own mode and language too. So in blended learning, the various learning resources and the experiences of teachers or instructors may be repeatable, reliable, and reproducible. And also, the biggest advantage that I would like to discuss with you is written in the last line, that students can learn and share their knowledge without any hesitation, without any fear. So freely they will learn the subject, they will learn the course, they can do the lab sessions and all. So teachers, those who have completed more than 10 years of time in teaching, maybe many participants would be here. What change you have noticed in your students regarding their hesitation and fear, and they are more sensitive? Do you agree with this or not?
Yes, ma'am, we do agree.
Yes, ma'am.
And one thing is regarding their attention time.
Mhm,
Attention time is decreased substantially. The student is attentive only for, I think, first 20 minutes in the classroom, and then we have to engage in other exercises to keep
mhm,
them with us.
mhm.
So the attention time has certainly lowered over
Right.
time.
So I can add one more, but that they are becoming impatient, right? Can
Yes, ma'am.
concentrate only for few 10-20 minutes. After that they are restless. So madam, what do you think, what are the reasons behind this?
The kind of technology in which they are in right now.
Mhm,
I mean, we used to hear songs of 6 minutes so long. Now they have 30 seconds reels, and in that also their attention time is lower. So the whole culture is developing as such that concentration power or the such kind of exercises are not available for them from very childhood.
mhm.
So I think because of that, um,
Okay, madam, I do agree with the idea or the experience that you have shared. Uh, Another reason, that's true, all that true is true. As I said, today there is a need of personalized learning. We can't force student to always, whatever teacher is teaching using chalk and board and monotonous style and talking, because these days different students, they want to learn in different style, they have different preferences, they have different pace, and they are generally fed up with monotonous style of teaching, right? So one teacher, no matter how modulated voice you are having, how much good quality content for teaching is available, but they need different techniques, they need different styles. As you said, some activities you have to arrange for them, some new type of experiments you have to do. Only then they will participate in this. Otherwise, generally, they don't want to listen what teacher is saying 50 minutes in the class. And also, generally, students these days are more sensitive. They don't feel like a teacher unko kuch kahe, raising brows or using bad body language and whatever. So generally, they are not asking question and they are not clearing their doubts. I have experienced this also. So if this kind of learning things are available freely, they may learn, because our ultimate goal is we must deliver quality content, quality education, and student must gain knowledge. Now we'll move forward and we'll take up because today's topic is building capacities of teacher for blended learning. So what's the meaning of building capacity? We may define this as improving or enhancing the ability of teacher, or we can say the talent of teacher, in such a way that he or she can deliver quality education and can generate resources that generally organization, schools, institution of higher learnings, they need to survive in this fast-paced world. Huh? For example, if you are asking students to write whatever you have written on the board, or whatever is written A to Z, slides पे जो लिखा है इसको बैठ के copy कीजिए. Nobody will do. Why? Because they are habitual of taking a screenshot. And whenever they are in relaxed mode, whenever they are in their comfort zone, they'll go through so that they can learn more and their retention would be high. So that's what I'm saying, that we must adapt the technology, we must adapt the style that students prefer these days. Because one teacher may work for about uh, 40 years, maybe 35 to 40 years, and in these 3 4 decades teacher must change and must go for their professional development, which is very very important. So for capacity building, there are mainly 3 steps, that is development. The meaning of this is professional development of teacher is important. So UGC says that each and every teacher should go for 50 hours of professional development. Excuse me. And then the second is implementation, wherein strengthening the design of curriculum, training, and monitoring mechanism are involved. Third is effectiveness. Participants, do you have the provision of collecting and analyzing students' feedback in your university? Dr. Sanjita Kumari, ma'am. Dr. Sanjita Kumari, do you have this provision in your university or college? Yes, it is there. So how generally you are getting your feedback? How much percent it is? How many grades? And where you are lying? What your students they prefer or they are expecting from you? Such kind of thing do you receive from your head of the department, from your chairman or dean or whatever? Or there's no such concept? Okay, so in most of the institutions, now it is mandatory that students' feedback for teachers should be collected and should be analyzed and should be disclosed to all the teachers so that they may improve
Hello.
them. Yes,
Sorry to disturb you. Ma'am, I guess I'm audible.
yes.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good
Ma'am,
evening.
yes, of course, we have a teacher students feedback, and the students are confidentially called into a lab and they fill the form. After
Okay.
that, what happens as the semester comes to an end?
Mm-hmm.
So, possibly we teach faculties are called by the dean and the director,
Mm-hmm.
and there are certain things that students do suggest, but suggestions are always taken in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the feedback is concerned, there are only 3 to 4 columns in that. They just tick satisfactory, unsatisfactory, or average, something like that.
Okay. Uh, Dr. Seema, do you think it is useful for improving the teaching quality or the
Of course,
teaching?
ma'am, of course.
Yes.
Apart from this faculty and student feedback, I do personally have an assignment from the side of the students
Mm-hmm.
in the form of assignment
Mm-hmm.
that at the end of the semester, I ask the student to write a paragraph about the things that uh, has to be taken into serious account by a
Mm-hmm.
teacher. So
Mm-hmm.
of course they suggest that, ma'am, this was lacking behind. We should have explained this thing in a much better way and all.
Mm-hmm. Good,
Yes.
Dr. Seema. I think this is very good practice, and each and every institution must adapt that. If there is no such concept, should be analyzed and should be given to teachers so that they can improve themselves. And then this is capacity building in Indian education system. There are some statistics regarding educational infrastructure of our country. Like India is hosting about 1.5 millions of schools, wherein roughly 260 million diverse students are studying, and total workforce of teachers is 8.5 million. So, for teacher capacity building, as I said earlier, the 50 hours of continuous professional development for teachers is important so that they can deliver, can ensure high quality education system. And for that, government of India's contribution, especially Ministry of Education, they have designed and developed two important portals known as Diksha. Diksha stands for Digital Infrastructure Knowledge Sharing. Digital Infrastructure Knowledge Sharing, wherein more than 1.44 lakh educational contents are linked to the educational content or with the curriculum of the course. Similarly, there is one more initiative taken by Government of India, which is known as Manodarpan. What for this Manodarpan portal is, this is for mental well-being of our students. This may provide counseling and to our students, online counseling for our students, and of course, emotional support through various digital platform would be provided. So these two are playing good role, which is Ministry of Education's initiative known as Diksha and Manodarpan. Then regarding capacity building, as we are all well aware that it is not a one-time event, right? This is not one time event. Of course, it is a continuous process wherein the culture of learning and innovation has to be inculcated. Everywhere there should, we must inculcate the culture of learning and innovation, and must provide the safe and supportive environment or space so that teachers can learn freely. They can do experiments, can take risks, can share their ideas, and can learn from each other. Some free type of space wherein very freely, without any hesitation, without any fear, teacher can do all that. This will also help in capacity building of teachers. In addition to that, some regular training programs, some workshops should be arranged for all teaching, non-teaching, and managerial staff so that they may become familiar with the latest techniques, latest tools of ICT, which is the key component of your blended learning. So capacity building can be done in two stages, or we can say that we can divide it into two parts. That is pre-service teacher training and in-service teachers. So all of you are attending this course. Many of you might have already attended orientation courses, refresher courses, many MOOC courses, and so on. So this is once you are permanent teacher or you are in service. But before that, whenever you are working as temporary or on as visiting faculty, or may say on contractual basis, at that time, what are key points that we must keep in mind? That is, we must use the technology uh, at all the levels, including in both theory and practical courses. And institution must provide good technological infrastructure for blended learning, and enrichment programs should also be organized. While in-service teachers, they should attend orientation, refresher courses, MOOC courses, and uh, at the part of institution, there should be some professional development programs and government initiative. In this is Nishtha and Diksha. These two are mainly for boosting teachers' ability, teacher enhancing or strengthening teachers' skill, or we can say so that they can deliver quality education. So these two are the portals wherein a continuous teachers capacity building programs are available, and I'm sure teachers can improve themselves. Whenever designing lectures, courses for blended learning, it is important to keep in mind these 3 points which are listed on this slide. That is technology skill, technology access, and accessibility. What are these three? For blended learning, say for example, teacher or students, they are preparing videos, educational videos for any project, for any assignment and all. So teachers should be aware with various technological aspect of video. So can somebody tell me, like everybody, like one participant said that during COVID, I think probably I forgot the name. शी सेड कि शुरू में तो पता ही नहीं था कि क्या होता है, कैसे ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म यूज करते हैं, तो स्टूडेंट्स से भी कुछ हेल्प लेके हम लोगों ने काम किया और टीचिंग शुरू करी, फिर धीरे धीरे लैब सेशन शुरू किए, लाइक दैट. So the meaning of technology, like everybody is so good in taking selfies, in making videos, in making reels, putting background music and whatnot. But for education system, it is important that we must learn. We should also be familiar with the technological aspect of, let's say, a small multimedia component, which is known as video, or it may be your audio. Which format is suitable for saving or uploading or transmitting, or whenever you are doing email or putting it on cloud or Google Drive, wherever, which format you must use. And how much video should be compressed, because if your video file size of that video is long, or you can say large file size, may create problem in uploading, in downloading, in sending email, may take acquire more bandwidth, may take more time. So care should be taken that how you can edit the video, how you can compress the video, and what algorithm, what format we must use so that a compressed quality video may be uploaded. So for that, the knowledge of some softwares and knowledge of various video format is important. Similarly, the second one is technology access. Say you are making one file consisting of PPTs. For example, you may consider mine. Excuse me, please. So in technology, technological access, The PowerPoint slides should not be full with some audio, some video, some graphs, some animations, because if you are putting too many, then once again, the file size of your PPTs would be large and will create problem for those, or will create problem whenever your internet connection is slow, or wherever the high speed connection is not available. People, students, teachers, your colleagues may have problem. So we must, for PPTs also, we must know all these tactics. Similarly, whenever you are making videos, it is important to add transcript. You must add subtitle in that, because those who are visually challenged or having some hearing impairments, for them it would be a problem. And also those who cannot understand English, maybe some other language, second language may be used, or otherwise without listening your video, student can learn from the titles or the captions that you have written under. So this is important. Such kind of things should be taken care of. And then some sources available for teachers. I'm sure all of you are well familiar and might be using YouTube, which is freely available resources for all teachers and students. Similarly, TED ED, this is also providing some quality videos, crystal clear quality contents related to your topics, related to your subjects are available. And the third, which is very, very useful, known as NEPTEL platform, stands for National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning. As its name is Technology Enhanced Learning, so mainly for all technological courses, mainly for many professional courses, this is the portal which is designed and developed by your IISc Bangalore and your reputed seven IITs. They have prepared this. So the beauty of this portal is whatever question teacher, student, or learner is putting on that forum, immediately you will get the answer. In addition to that, best quality content can be obtained from NEPTEL. So teachers, those who have never tried these NEPTEL, can try sometimes, can register yourself and see how it works and how it goes. Then, as I said, it is important for teachers to have, uh, we must adopt technology. So here, there are some details of digital platforms that we have already used during our COVID-19 online teaching. I'm sure the 5 names that I have listed here, each and every participant is well familiar. Do we agree with this or not? Yes, participants?
Yes, yes.
Ma'am.
Moodle का नाम सुना है क्या? So the name of platform that I have mentioned here are Google Meet, Google Classroom, Cisco WebEx, Microsoft Teams and Moodle. आई एम श्योर सब लोगों ने पहले 4 तो जरूर यूज किए होंगे, अगर लास्ट वाला नहीं यूज किया. सो वुड यू लाइक टू शेयर योर एक्सपीरियंस with the participants and me as well? Anleep Zehra ma'am is here. Is she here?
Participants respond, ma'am is asking some question.
I think they are not here. Okay.
Seema ma'am, Dr. Seema Kumari ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I have used all the first four,
Uh-huh.
and the experience as far as Google Meet and Team is concerned,
Okay.
ma'am, it's quite good. And in Google Meet, in fact, we can add number of participants
Mhm.
as we teach English.
Mhm.
So the number of students in communication skills are larger.
Okay.
Right. So I had a very good experience. Apart from that, we can also showcase the students' YouTube videos, and we can paste the link, and we can have a live, videos and all in order to make them understand.
Okay. Dr. Seema, I think uh, you you said that most of the four platforms you have used, but probably Moodle you are not familiar with.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Uh,
yes, yes.
so as I said, most of the participants might have used first to four, but are you familiar with the special features or the characteristics of each and every digital platform, like when and where shall we use Google Meet, and when shall we use Google Classroom, and where shall we use WebEx and Microsoft Team? Do you have such kind of idea? क्योंकि काम तो ऑनलाइन टीचिंग किसी भी प्लेटफॉर्म से हो जाएगी, नो प्रॉब्लम,
Yes.
बट वी मस्ट नो, दैट्स व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू एक्सप्लेन, कि हमें टेक्नोलॉजी से काम सब कर लेंगे, फोन सब यूज कर लेते हैं, रील सब बना लेते हैं, सेल्फी सब ले लेते हैं, लेकिन उसके पीछे के टेक्नोलॉजिकल एस्पेक्ट भी हमें पता होना चाहिए. दैट्स व्हाई very quickly I would like to discuss with you and will familiarize you that where shall we use which platform is appropriate under what condition. Like Google Meet uh, is a platform, digital platform, which provides you free video communication service. And there are two versions. One is G Suite account. So those who are having G Suite account can get some facilities, some additional facilities. And here, the sharing of your documents and the PowerPoint, all these things are available. And whether you can get access to this digital platform through web app or through installed app, or maybe by using mobile operating system, which is either Android or iOS app. iOS app is only for Apple products, for Apple phones, but Android is for tablets and all other smartphones. So this can be used for online teaching and learning. Now we'll switch over to Google Classroom. Participants, please go through the first line written for Google Classroom. This is the beauty or the special feature of Google Classroom, which says that it is mainly used for creating, distributing, and grading assignments. Wherever, in whichever subject, if you have to create, distribute, and grade assignments frequently, I'll suggest Google Classroom should be used. And it also allows you to sharing files between teachers and students. This helps you in saving time and paper, which is not new, but the new features are you may create new classes as many as you want, can distribute assignment, can communicate freely, and stay organized. And very easily, teacher can monitor the performance of the students, like who has submitted the assignment to and who has not done work in real-time feedback, and grades may be distributed right in the class. So there are three ways with the help of which Google Classroom can be accessed, like by using web browser. Any web browser, like three samples are shown over here, Explorer and Google Chrome and Mozilla. This may be applied. But if you don't want to use web browser, then installed app may also be applied. That may be downloaded from any Play Store, or for Apple products, you have to go in iOS Apple Store. The third possibility is go in Google app and directly click here in the Google Classroom encircled in black color, और आप इनको use कर सकते हैं. For demo purposes, I have created some classrooms for the subjects that I am teaching or I was teaching during online. So the name of the course, course code, and the number of students may also be mentioned. Different colors and theme for different class may be applied. This plus sign is used either for joining classes or for creating new classes. So have a quick look that if you are creating new classes, this window will pop up, wherein write the name of the class, number of students, subject code, and the title of the subject and the room as well. तो लोग कहते हैं कि ये तो ऑनलाइन है, तो रूम नंबर बताने का क्या काम है? So that's what I'm saying, that it may easily be applied in your blended learning system में आप इसको use कर सकते हैं. तो क्लास में जो स्टूडेंट आना चाहें, where this class would be conducted, this kind of. Can you see slide number 39, just to make sure my slides are moving or not? At the moment, I am discussing slide number 39. Participants, can you see slide 39,
Ma'am, we
Yes,
can see
ma'am. Yes.
slide 38.
38?
But
Okay.
yes.
Is it
Now
We
okay
have
now?
done
39.
the
Okay.
yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
now it's
So
39.
for three different subjects of mine, I've created three classrooms. The theme and all you may select. In the end of each classroom, there are, you can say, two icons or two tools are available for a teacher to do your work quickly. So one is rectangular box and another is this wavy arrow. So participants, have you ever used these two tools? Quickly, please let me know. Do you know the meaning of this, purpose of this? Have you ever used this or not? Okay,
Ma'am, can you repeat?
the
I
question.
was not able to hear. Yeah.
Okay. In the end of each class, see my pointer or cursor. There's one wavy arrow and rectangular box. These two tools are available. What's the purpose of these two?
I think the folder is for all the files which we have put in the our classroom. It
Mhm.
gets saved in our Google Drive as well. So this
Mhm.
is the shortcut to that folder.
Okay, so quickly you can see all your notes of this class of this subject directly in your Google Drive. Similarly, like this will appear like this. तो हमने उस folder को open कर दिया. So all subject wise, unit wise, chapter wise, all notes you can see in your Google Drive. Similarly, if you'll click on another tool which is wavy arrow, you can see at a glance all your students performance in first test, second test, first viva, second viva, and also you can see who has not submitted the assignment or their performance, who has submitted late, and all that can be seen. Then easily you can add your co-teachers wherein more than one teacher is teaching, whether it is lab or theory. So co-teachers may be added from here and student from here. Then, as I said, this is excellent platform for distributing assignments. For that, you have to go in classroom tab. The classroom tab is for creating assignment, quiz, questions, material, and all that. So very quickly, uh, you may post your assignment and can set the date and time. The best part is assignment questions or the title of the assignment or project may be directly uploaded from your computer's hard disk, from your Google Drive, can post any URL that contains question, YouTube, and can add as many assignments as you want from here. Then let's say you want to start your discussion in the class with by floating some question, because sometimes every day starting with some new topic, writing on the board and all is boring and monotonous for students. So someday what we can do, can opt different styles. We can start our class with the discussion by floating some question, whatever you have taught in your previous class, previous turn, like that, and can start your discussion to check the knowledge of the students, that how much they have learned in your previous class, whether the concept of any topic is clear to them or not. So for that, the question feature of Google Classroom may be utilized, and here a student can see the class summary, can take the help if they are not able to answer the question. So teachers may use this also. And under question tab, there are two types of question, that is short answer and MCQs can be prepared. Let's say you are having combined class for different streams, for art student, for science student, for commerce student, that you may check that this question is for commerce stream, this is for science stream. Such kind of questions can also be prepared. On the other hand, some questions may be common questions that may be given to all students, as you can see from here. So either for all students or for specific stream of students can also be applied. Then third digital platform is Cisco WebEx, and its important features are, it is used whenever you have a lot of frequent online meetings, team messaging, integrated file sharing of voice and video, and then securely any device from anywhere can be connected. So it's for this kind of thing, for this kind of work, it is better to use Cisco WebEx. So here, like all other digital platform, you may be either the host, or you may somebody else is hosting and you have to join the meeting. Like today, Mr. Mazhar or the Academic Staff College is the host for the platform, and we are all the participants attending this. So here in Cisco WebEx, if you are the host, you have to log in from your email ID, and then can customize your personal room in Cisco WebEx. And here also there are two options. Either can go for a web version or can use the installed map. So the question is, when shall we use installed app and when shall we use web browser? See, dear participants, if you are organizing or convening the meeting occasionally or rarely, then you may go for web version. But if you are holding the meetings frequently, then it is better to use installed version, because in installed version, you may get some features like sharing of board, sharing of some documents, and all these facilities you may get. This is my personal room. As I said, you have to log in with your name. I did it with Salma Shaheen. So start a meeting, this one, somebody else is hosting, if you are hosting, and then join a meeting, of course, if somebody else is the host, and schedule all your future meetings here in this calendar. So your personal room will appear with your name, as you can see here. And then a URL or the link would be generated that you may send to all the members, to all the participants, or all your students. It is not necessary to create URL or link again and again and sending it to all your participants. One link may be used for many years, for throughout the year, throughout the semester, as you wish. And then the background of the your personal room, like different colors, themes may also be applied. And some feature like, let's say students are generally joining your class late. In that case, there's a provision of locking the meeting, so they will wait in the corridor, in the lobby, until unless you are not giving them permission to join. So you may lock the meeting once the time is over. And then next, which is fourth digital platform, is known as Microsoft Team. This is collaboration app. What for it is used? It allows your team to stay organized and have conversations, everything in one place. Even if you are having free version, you will get the facility of unlimited chats, audio and video calls, and 10 GB of file storage for the complete group or the entire team. In addition to that, 2 GBs of space for your personal storage will also be utilized in Microsoft Teams. The last one is Moodle. As some participants have told me, they have not used Moodle, or maybe they are not familiar with Moodle. Why? Because Moodle is mainly used in blended learning, in distance learning, or in flipped classroom. Okay. So what is the full name of Moodle that I have already discussed with you? This is actually LMS system. What is LMS? This is learning management system. There is one complete learning management system that is mainly used to plan, to implement, to assess a specific type of learning. So what does it mean? The meaning of this is uh, that for a specific subject, a teacher may enroll themselves as a teacher, not as a manager, not as an administrator. And this Moodle platform or software has to be installed on your college or university server. Later on, teachers may register themselves and can put all their notes on this Moodle. So Moodle platform is not only used for delivering contents, delivering online contents, but its additional feature is teacher can keep the track. I mean, from administrative point of view also, this is a wonderful platform because teacher can keep track on the performance of their students, can see their marks, whether they have registered or not, how much is their attendance, and all these things can easily be monitored. So this is good from administration point of view also. And of course, this is the beauty of your Moodle platform. Very quickly see how your Moodle works. Let's say you are registering yourself as a teacher, as I said, teacher, manager, and non-teaching staff or student. So you have to register from here. Accordingly, you will get the facilities. And say you have to upload some chapters. So for that, click on adding activities, like creating MCQs. So this page will appear. I would like to post MCQs on the subject, on the topic known as fire safety. And then let's say you want to add a content page on the same topic, which is fire safety. It may be added from here. And contents you want to modify, delete, add, and all that. So all these contents based on the topic fire safety can easily be done from here. So this is the comparison of your all online teaching platforms, whatever we have discussed, the 5 common ones. And quickly you can see that in the uh, left side, my left side, there is a column which indicates participant limits everywhere and how much would be the session limit. Uh, and LMS is available or not. So it is only available in your Moodle, and in Google Classroom, it may be applied by using some tactics. Otherwise, it is not available. And video conferencing, of course, not available in your Moodle and Google Classroom. Rest is available. And these are the number of maximum participants that you can see in one time or after scrolling. These are all the details. So at a glance, you may compare these 5 tools. And as I said, depending upon your requirement, what do you want to do and all, accordingly, select your appropriate or perfect digital platform for teaching. तो ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि एक प्लेटफॉर्म पकड़ लिया है और दूसरे छूना ही नहीं चाहते क्योंकि लगता है कि कैसे करेंगे. Believe me, nothing is difficult. Nothing is difficult. More or less, all of them are working in exactly the same way. But the thing is, we don't want to learn. We don't want to change ourselves. So that's why it happens. Now, there are some tools, free of cost tools are available for making your online teaching, for making your blended teaching more effective, more efficient. जैसे कि अभी मैडम ने बताया था, probably बरखा मैम said that बच्चे जो हैं students वो concentrate, या probably रुद्रा मैम said that वो बहुत कम concentrate कर पाते हैं, और इसलिए कि because they always need change. Different methods, different models should be applied in order to teach effectively and to make your teaching and learning more effective. It is important to make or use different sorts of activities. Like Google Keep is your one small tool. Of course, it belongs to Google, and this is mainly used for note taking and listing. And this can also create, edit, organize, and archive your notes. अगर आप एक ही सब्जेक्ट 4-5 साल से पढ़ा रहे हैं, तो there would be some old notes also, would be new notes also. So it is very properly maintaining the list of all your notes, or in other words, archiving your notes. Very quickly can jot down your notes. Very quickly you can have a look and can set reminders here, like this is for party and all, sticky notes, like flyer sort of thing, and you may write all these things, and there is no need to take load all the time. अपने आप में याद रख रहे हैं कि क्या करना है, कल के लिए क्या करना है, क्या क्या, all these things you may write here. And in Google Keep, as I said, you can list all your notes. There is an icon or there is a tool. Click here, all notes would be listed. And this is the box where your subject notes, chapter wise, unit wise, may be written, may be prepared. You may also do copy and paste. Type करना जरूरी नहीं है. Anywhere from your old file, Word file, PPT file, copy and paste. Background, so many backgrounds and colors are available. वो भी आप set कर सकते हैं. And then this is one small demo I have prepared for you. Simply FFF I have typed. You may type as you wish. And then whenever feel like, delete the notes, can add drawings, can add labels as well. These are the listing of my notes, some of the chapters on 3D modeling and fundamentals of computer and all. Then let's say you want to share your notes with some people. For that, there is an icon, this one, known as collaborator. Click here, the mail list will appear. Select the name of the people, name of the participants or the students with whom you want to share your notes. जिनसे जिनसे शेयर करना है उनका नाम इन मेल लिस्ट में क्लिक कर दीजिए. All notes would be shared. So this is one tool that can be used in Google Keep, and all these things you may also save in cloud. And there is a facility of your whiteboard, and its name is Google Jamboard because it belongs to Google company. So have you ever used this, participants? Excuse me.
Google Keep, I have used many a times in my mobile phone, ma'am.
Mhm.
Not on my computer or laptop, or not for the sake of teaching my students.
Okay.
Just for the other things,
Okay. What about Jamboard?
No, ma'am. It's the first time I'm listening to this name.
Okay. This is, madam, very interesting and useful tool, I must say, that whenever students are asking some question, whether it is related to science, arts, or maths, teacher is generally writing something, drawing something, writing some equations, some sentences in order to explain the answer of that question. So this is wonderful white digital whiteboard, wherein provision for sticky notes as in different colors. As a sample, I have applied writing, where are you, what are you doing. Instead of that, you may write some important points that you have to discuss in class. In addition to that, let's say you have to make some important announcements, and sometimes we generally forget in class. So in for all that thing, sticky notes may be prepared in your Google Jamboard. Like for preparing sticky notes in different colors, click this point, this icon, and here you may write any sentence, any point, equation, whatever you have to discuss with your students. For writing, different color pens and pencil, rubber is also available. Like for demo purposes, one square I have drawn here by using red color. You may use any color. Similarly, various geometrical figures are also available. Simply click here, drag this, that figure would appear on the whiteboard. There is no need to draw with mouse or stylus and all that. And let's say you have, for anything you have to draw, or you need a graph or grid is required for explaining, writing anything. Ready-made grids in various samples and colors are available. Click here. One is visible here. Like I have drawn some pictures on the graph or grid. So all these features may be applied. And a laser pointer, there is no need to use separate laser pointer for pointing any important thing. And here the facility of laser pointer is also available. Similar to your Google Jamboard, there is another board which is known as Miro board. Miro board is used for online whiteboard. This is for brainstorming and for visualizing your ideas. More than 100 samples, very artistic, professional looking samples related to business, research and design, strategy and planning are available. Can select, can see, these are the samples. And here the special feature of this board, let's say there are four or three segments or maybe two segments of any project, and you want to invite collaborators or experts outside India, uh, maybe he or she is located in UK or USA. So for specific analysis, you may share these statistics, data or the text with them, and can invite them to have online discussion. For example, four parts, four segments of market segmentation is shown over here, which are related to demographic, psychographic, behavioral, and geographic segments. Let's say somebody has collected data on geographic segment of market, somebody else has collected data on demographic, then in one time, in real time, you want to discuss with the expert. That can easily be done by inviting people, and can upload the data, as you can see this red color arrow, from your hard disk, from your pen drive, from your Google Drive, or from any source, may be uploaded directly. There are some more samples of your Miro board. And then, do you use digitizers, participants? Do you use digitizers?
No, ma'am.
Digitizer is a combination of hardware and software, or you can say it is a device with the help of which directly you can write uh, as as if you are writing on the paper using pen. Flexible freehand drawings you can make and would be directly visible on the screen, uh, or the whiteboard, or the board available in your classroom. There is no need to use keyboard, no need use to mouse or anything. Directly by using electronic pen or stylus, you may write, you may draw, can write equation. So this is the picture of your digitizer. Directly it may be connected to your laptop or desktop by using USB port. And as you can see, different colors, pen, pencil, all that. This is a device with the help of which handwritten things, maybe graph, maybe text, would be available in the form which is suitable for computer, or would be converted into its digital form. So very quickly, I would like to discuss one and the last tool or uh, device, which is known as speech recognition system, which is actually a real game changer in your blended learning or in e-teaching and learning. Because of that, there is no need to type anything. You may speak in your mic. Whatever you are saying would be visible, would be converted in electronic form. This is wonderful facility for those who are having physically challenged or having some problem in their hands or finger, not able to type or not having good speed and all. For evaluation purposes also, this is very good, as it is mentioned over here that teachers may save about roughly 40% of their time in marking copies, because there is no need to write marks, no need to write comments in the exam copies of students. Similarly, you may simply speak in the microphone and will prepare Excel sheet for you. Very good facility for writing letter of recommendations. Various e-recognition or speech recognition systems are available. With some you might have used for searching contents on the internet, that is Google Assistant, e-speaking, Apple Dictation, Google Doc Voice, and many more. Have a quick look how it works. Talking about Microsoft Dictate, which works well in Word and PowerPoint. And this is the one, dictation. Click here, can switch on this start mic and start typing. Like another software which is known as Google Doc Voice. Go in tools, select voice typing, and this microphone will appear. Click allow, and now start typing. So what I said, this is just a test. So it has clearly written, this is just a test. Similarly, another demo have prepared wherein said, hi, where are you going? So such kind of things, such kinds of facilities are available. Various other similar tools are available that can be applied in e-teaching, e-learning, or in blended learning in order to make your teaching more interesting, more meaningful, more understandable for your students. So participants, thank you so much for patient hearing. Doubts, if any, query, if any, maybe you may send me mail, or if there is anything else to be discussed, please come forward.
Participants, if you have any question,
Yeah, sir, I would like to ask something.
welcome. Ma'am.
Yes, yes, sir. Thank you very much, ma'am, for a very enlightening and technically enriching session. Though you have thrown much light on technologies, ma'am, but one question is there, ma'am. What are the future trends or development you foresee in online and offline teaching methodologies? Are there much more challenges for us to face or something,
Okay,
ma'am?
ma'am. Like I have not discussed with you because of lack of time the AI powered tools, right? So we
Yes,
have
sir.
already started using AI tools, which includes your Chat GP, Brand, Canva, Dell E, like all that. So in future, more AI powered tools or machine learning tutoring or teaching and learning would be um, mainly with the help of AI advanced tools, which are very much, I must say, advanced as compared to all these tools. Like it would be working as if you are talking with somebody, whatever you are saying, whatever you are asking, these AI powered tool will do it for you, whether it is matter of decision making, or maybe language learning, or maybe your perception. Wherever your human intelligence is required, or AI tools will do your work, or will do the work of teacher. So in future, all these tools will be in teaching and learning, they would be dominating.
Yeah, yeah, got it, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Do you use Barkha Chat GPT or Brad
Yes,
or
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Canva?
Because nowadays, ma'am, I'm running a project, so I have to write a number of letters. So I'm simply giving commands to my Chat GPT, and it is preparing letters for me. I'm not giving a lot of,
Uh,
brain to
so,
it.
right. So, ma'am, it
Yes, ma'am.
seems you are already familiar that what is going to happen in future when
Yes, ma'am.
many such tools, Chat GPT is not the one. Parallel to this, more than 50 AI powered tools are available, which will do all the job whatever teacher is doing. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank.
Okay, participants, thank you so much.
20 participants, any more question? Ma'am, myself, Dr. Aftab Ansari, coordinating this program. I would like to apologize because due to the network issue, I could not introduce you before starting your lecture. When I joined, you have already started your lecture. Participants, ma'am has a very, I will say, the good caliber. Madam, एक बात मैं कहूँ कि once you have organized a workshop, and I was the research scholar in Department of Education, AMU अलीगढ़, और मुझे आज भी वो बात याद है कि आपने जो कैप्शंस बताए थे कि किसी रिव्यू को कैसे तलाशना है, किसी टॉपिक को कैसे सर्च करना है, वो मुझे आज भी याद है. और स्टिल आई रिमेम्बर दोज डेज इन 2007 और 8. तो मुझे आज भी याद है कि आपने किस तरह से वो चीजें समझाई थी एज ए रिसोर्स पर्सन. वो मुझे आज भी याद है. मैं समझता हूँ कि आज का लेक्चर जो मैडम था, इट वाज इटसेल्फ introduction for your personality and your caliber, though you have already awarded for a various academic and other award you have received, like Women Pride Award, Women Leadership Awards, and 1000 Women Asia Award by the Women of India. And apart from these, you are the champion of gender schemes of UGC. So ma'am, you have a long list of your personality. In this short, I will say, and I will request participant, if you want to know much more about Salma Shaheen ma'am, you can visit on AMU Women's Polytechnic website, and you will find in detailed CV. Because of paucity of time and because of the internet problem, I could not join earlier. And when I joined, ma'am, sorry ma'am, I'm extremely sorry for this.
No problem at all, because I thought I must start exactly at 5:30. That's why I kept waiting for a few minutes, and later on I thought I should not waste the time. Maybe participants can learn few more things in this much time. That's why I started. I'm sorry for that. Thank you so much, Aftab Sahab, for your kind words. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Sound.
Sorry.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.